Hi, I wanted to do a video today about shielding. Now, some of you may be aware about what shielding is, and you may still watch this video and find something useful that you could use. We're always learning new things and finding them all at the right time as well when we need to. If you haven't seen this, I'll explain a little bit about what it is, why we do it, and how we do it. So basically what shielding is we're using our own energy, our own love light from our heart as a shield to protect our energy and put out there and put up a shield so we can be more in control of what comes into our energy field. So now it can be, some people use like bubbles, just light. They can be different shapes, whatever comes to you instantly when you're doing it and trying it, or what comes naturally with it, that is meant for you. Now, so you can, and some people see it more, some people just feel it and know it. And so you have to play around and see what comes up with you with it. So now basically the reason why we shield is because we do, we're energy, so we have our aura and our energetic body. Now, we come into contact with a lot of things, each day. So, this is so much information around. It's simply, watching TV, listening to somebody talk, listening to me, we're connecting, you're feeling my energy. So, it's up to us to sort of choose what we'd like to let in and what we'd like to keep out. So what the shields can do is act kind of like a filter. So they're sort of force fields, energetic or force fields, and they can act like a filter. So what will start happening is if you do start using it each day, then you start really getting into touch with your discernment and feeling and being able to go, hold on, that doesn't quite feel right. I don't feel that's quite true for me, or yeah, that's pretty right. So it's just a really great, tool overall. And you'll notice also you'll feel much more balanced in general, less, sort of 1 minute okay, 1 minute not, because there can be quite a lot of infringement. We're talking about infringement we can't see through technology, through things in the air, pollutants and toxins and things, and also, the energy of other people. We come across or even a situation, we come across a really unpleasant situation. I don't know about you, but I feel it. I feel like, oh, I'm going to shake it off a bit. But if we have our force fields up, then sometimes it may not penetrate, or sometimes it may come in a little bit, but just not as much, or we can sort of be aware of it and clear it quicker. I also want to say that you can also, so I do say to do this morning and night and kind of really get in a routine of it. And when you first start, it takes a lot longer. And then as you get used to it, you do it pretty quick. But you can also just on the spot, if you feel like you are getting quite a lot of sort of negative energy, or something that's making you feel a bit funny, or something's off, you can instantly just use your shield. Just think about the shield and it will go up again, just sort of reinforcing that as well. And again, I personally see it like a sort of gold pyramid comes up. So sometimes I'm driving in a car, and then I might think, oh, actually, I feel like I just want a shield, and that will go up around my car. So yeah, you get used to it, you can play around with it and everything. There's no right way, there's no wrong way. It's all about the intent. Having the intent is what you're looking for. So like I said, some people see it, some people know it. You can just have the intent and think it. Just go, I want that shield to come up. And great, it will happen. So yeah, look, how we do it, this is the way I do it, and this is the way I was taught. And I do sort of myself see bubbles of light. I do think doing the bubble way is quite easy, like to start with. You do need to do it because we are working with energy. So I will show you how to actually sort of work with an energy bubble if you haven't heard of them before, or if you are familiar. yeah, we'll still have a look. So what we do is we rub our hands. Okay, and so what you're looking for, we just slowly take them apart. I'll just show you first. Take them apart like that. And we can sort of feel, you know, something in there, like you can feel the energy. Some people feel different sensations. They might feel hot, cold. I feel a little bit of pressure. Like it's kind of like, just feel like it's like, you know, in a battery, like you put two batteries, the plus and the minus together, and they sort of, yeah, like it's like they want to come together, but they're not. So yeah, so that's basically how you first start it. And then you can slowly stretch it out and start, you know, sort of playing with it. Now, some people do feel like it will burst, and it bursts. If it does, you can just go back. You don't necessarily have to rub again. You can if you like, or you don't have to, but you just come back out again and you just envision it. So I envision like like a sphere, and say our own source light, our own source love light, I see as white. Mine's white. So yeah, so then you bring it out, you can play with it. So yeah, that's how you sort of first start working with them and physically, you know, like I said, you can also just envision it, but this is how I do it. And I draw it out, and then it gets so big and it pops around me. So obviously, yeah, when I, you know, have time and everything, morning and night, I do this each time. But like I said, as you get better with it, you just feel that energy instantly like that with the bubble. But, you know, take your time. You've got to feel it, know that it's there. You know, if it's not feeling right, go back and do it again. So yeah, I hope you've had a little bit of a play around with that, how to work with your energy bubble. Yeah, put it around like that. Yeah, so some people like to do that, or some people just envision it. I sort of just pop mine around me. So it goes all the way around your auric field. Okay, and you just set the intent. Now, what we want to do is, so yeah, basically exactly how I do it. I do this. And I pop it around me. Now, what we can do is we can also shield us in, say, your benevolent soul guides, benevolent angelic beings. You can ask or, you know, sort of use their energy to shield as well. So sort of connect with them and ask, you know, I ask you to shield me, shield my energy today. And so you do the same thing. Sometimes you might see a different color. It depends on who you're connecting with. Yeah, sometimes you can see shapes, and then you put that one around you as well. Okay, so, you know, you can do 1, 5, 10 if you want. I do quite a few. So I do like myself, I do Archangel Zadkiel because he's great for technology, to shield against technology. I do sort of if I'm working with an angel at that time, I'll do their shield because they'll usually come through that way. Jesus as well, Mother Earth. And so, yeah, so it can be, you know, it can be really cool to sort of get into and see what feels right with you and what resonates. So now, how to shield other people. You can do this, but you really don't want to overstep their boundaries. Okay, so you can shield your energy, but shielding other people's, they may not want that. So what we have to do is, it's really important to state whenever you envision doing it to your family and friends, or, you know, your family and your pets, you really want to do your inner circle. You always think to yourself, I would like to shield such and such without overstepping any boundaries or harming anyone. Okay, and so how you do that? So I always do myself first, so pop myself in the bubble, and then surround my daughter, my husband, my cat, my dog. So I'll do things like that, and I'll go along like that. Okay, so for each different shield, so you don't have to do that every time for each individual. Okay, so when you're just using, say, you know, your source love light. So that's my source love light. Surround yourself, and then without harming anyone or overstepping any boundaries, and you shield in your house, in your home, maybe your car, maybe some technology. You see? So we do shields like so. Now, how we also, it's really important. So the children, it's very important to do our children when they're at an age where they can't do it themselves. When they reach an age where you feel they might be ready, or they ask questions about it, they see you doing it, you know, it'd be really good to teach them this, that they can tap into their own power and their own love light to shield themselves. They're very sensitive and they're coming across a lot of situations and experiences daily. So it can be a really nice way to actually help them regulate their emotions a little bit. And yeah, so it's really, really important to do the children when you're doing your shielding, to, again, asking for permission. You can even really tap into sort of say, I sort of shield as well, Mother Earth. But what I do say is to my higher self, do as you see fit, because otherwise, you know, shielding them, it is a lot of energy we're talking about here. So doing that sort of morning and night, and then carrying that through, but also collective of any children that do need it at this time. That's really important as well, without overstepping any boundaries or harming anyone. So also I did want to touch on the reason why I'm saying do it morning and night. Mornings, obviously we're getting up and we're going to have, you know, a day and come into a lot of, you know, walking around with our big energy and our auric fields. So we do want the shields up first thing in the morning, but at the night time, we go into a really deep state of brainwave. So that's very, you know, dream time, we can learn a lot, we can do a lot in dream time. You know, our brain's still reactive, but we're in a very deep, deep brainwave. So what we want to do is, by shielding ourselves, we can have our discernment even in our dream time. So when you wake up from a dream, you might like remember it a bit more. It may have been quite a vivid dream, but not like as emotional. Again, the same thing. You can, you're not feeling so like, whoa, that was, or drained, or things like that. You'll feel less drained. You know, but also we're very open. So shielding ourselves from infringement that can come in at the night time is very, very important. So yeah, so try and get into the habit of it morning and night. And there's a really good video by Laura Eisenhower and Rising Phoenix Aurora that touches on really why we should be shielding the children. So I really advise, if you want to learn some more about it, please go there, and I'll put a link in for you to get to it. Okay, so yeah, I think I've covered everything. So thank you very much for being here with me. It's been a pleasure, and have fun doing your energy bubbles. Love to hear about it. If you have any questions, just comment, write a question. Great. Thank you.